I remember reading the book in 2020 when it had come out. And we had one copy of the book that went through our house. So my mom read it first and said, Rachel needs to play this part. And then my sister read it and she said, Rachel needs to play this part. Finally, I got to read it and I just absolutely fell in love with her sense of strength. And she was so sure of herself. And I really, really love that about her. I think it's so inspiring. But also, she gets to sing and play guitar, which is two things that I really love to do. And so getting to do that made it all the better for me to play this part. Working with Tom, who I worked with the most on this movie because we have so many scenes together, was such a joy. He brings this light to set and this inherent knowledge and sense of security in the material, in his own performance, and he's also so playful and truly like my goofiest friend. We just have such a nice time together. Getting to work with Peter Dinklage, fellow New Jersey resident fellow New Jersey born person, and I really adore him. We didn't have many scenes together, but the time we got to spend together off camera is something that I will carry with me for the rest of my life and for my career, because he's so inspiring to watch. Every take is different, yet it is perfect, and you don't really get that with a lot of actors. I absolutely adore Hunter Schafer. I think her as Tigress Snow is such perfect casting, and she brings this like old Hollywood beauty that we haven't seen in so long to this movie. And as a human being, she's just lovely. I've known Josh Andres Rivera for 4 years now. He's my nearest and dearest, and so getting to share the screen with him again is something that I will remember for my life and everything that follows. He's such a beautiful actor. I'm so proud of him, not only, off screen, but on screen, and getting to see him rise in such an incredible role as Sejanus is wonderful. I adore Jason Schwartzman. He's actually in one of my favorite movies ever, and I got to talk to him about that. And also I got to sing with him on set, and his music is so wonderful. I was really nervous to play guitar and sing in front of him. He was so supportive and just so happy to be there. I didn't have any scenes with Viola Davis, and I was very intimidated to go up to her, but getting to watch her and her scene with Josh and her scenes with Tom, so inspiring as an actor. They really lead by example and teach by showing. And so I just had the time of my life on this set with my fellow actors. There were so many. I mean, I kind of got thrust into things without a lot of rehearsal when it came to the stunts. I had a previous engagement, so I was thrust into a scene called The Bloodbath, which is the beginning of the games. And our camera operator, Dave Thompson, gingerly would push me out of the way of the camera because all of these kids are running at me with weapons and fists and angry faces, and I was terrified, and that worked for Lucy Gray, which was wonderful. I also got to spend time with real snakes on this set, and I got to film with 2 snakes, neither of which had names, but there's a sweet little garter snake that I kind of did a sleight of hand trick, because you're not supposed to go hand first at snakes, and they wanted me to put the snake in my pocket, and I was very scared of getting bit or just scaring the animal. So I did a nice sleight of hand because the camera was behind me. And I named him Kevin for the day, even though he didn't have a name. And then after every take, they would yell cut, and I would put Kevin in the air, and everybody would clap for him, and we would say, "Great take, Kevin." And I hope Kevin's doing well, and I hope he sees the movie. There's definitely a physical resemblance, which is, I think, going to be really interesting for the fans to watch and to see the moments that Donald Sutherland depicted so beautifully, maybe not even knowing that he was doing so, where seeing Katniss is like seeing Lucy Gray for President Snow during the Quarter Quell and during the 74th Annual Hunger Games. But there's also a lot of personality connections. They're very strong-minded, strong-willed, and golden-hearted. I think Lucy Gray's intention is a little bit more fuzzy, and for Coriolanus, it's really hard to figure out what her intentions are, if she's a songbird or a snake or both. And there's also this amazing connection in a way, even though it's about how they are different, where Katniss is a fighter forced to perform and Lucy Gray is a performer forced to fight. And it's interesting to see nature versus nurture in this film with Lucy Gray, with Katniss, but then also with Coriolanus, because we know him to be a dictator, but we don't really know how he got there. And it doesn't seem like at the beginning of this film that he was born bad or that people are born bad. And so it's really, really an interesting dynamic to witness in our story. I think Hunger Games fans will love that it's something that is fresh. It's a fresh take on the films and the stories that we love so much from Suzanne Collins. It's also very, very true to the book that she wrote. Why would you want to change something that is so amazingly written? Suzanne created amazingly dynamic characters with so many facets, these multifaceted characters. I think they're going to really love the performances from our cast, and I think they're also just going to love the music, and that's my hope, because it was really my baby while we were shooting was the music in our film. And so I really think they're going to be excited to be welcomed back into Panem, but with a whole new lens of the characters that they already think they know so well.